Please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everybody. Today is November 17th, 2016. The Environmental Conservation Board, we have an agenda that we're going to follow. So let's get to it. First item is extension of wetland permit, Swan Cove. Come up to the microphone, please state your name and who you're here for.
Good evening, my name is Frank Voltash. I'm the new owner of the property 628 Route 6, and I'm asking for extension of the permit.
Okay. You're requesting a one-year extension for the permit. Has any of the design of the lot changed from the original application?
No,
You haven't started work yet, right?
no, actually, that's, I was going to get the permit and then Department of Transportation. I didn't get the permit from Department of Transportation yet, and then I needed an extension on wetlands. I'm hoping to start
Because he's
soon.
not the original applicant, does he have to write something in here to transfer over the ownership of the permit?
I don't know, tell you the truth. I don't know. Doesn't really say that.
Because you just have to give me a minute here, because this permit was made out to Mike Barilli, Tommy Bonello, and Nicole Stern,
Right.
okay, for 888 Route 6.
Well, it says.
And the location of work is 628 Route 6. So, this was put back to 2012, and it was extended till 11/15/2016 by Carl. What I'm going to ask you to do is this. Because, and just the board could come with me, I think you need to file out a new application. Just hear me out. Fill out the first couple of sheets of the application, because your name is not on this permit. This permit has the location, but it's named for 3 people, and your name's not one of them. That's the problem I have. It's not a, what I'd be willing to do is this. I'd be willing to extend the permit for a year from today's date, contingent on the fact that you follow the same conditions in the permit, and you file a new application referencing this approval. And would you guys have a problem with that?
Or the
No,
the
it sounds,
alternative,
very
if,
relevant.
might want to ask legal counsel if it can be just transferred to him.
Right, and what I'll do is, in the meantime, I'll ask legal if it can be transferred to you. So with that, so do you have any issues with that?
No, well, I'm not, I'm waiting for DOT transportation permit, so I have time. If I have to file the application, I will, but,
Well, it's just a
I
matter of
wasn't
I'm just doing it for the paperwork, to
Right.
keep the paper trail correct, because you don't have, again, your name's not on here.
I know.
So,
Rose told me, she never told me that I need to file
I,
an application.
you know what, I didn't know you were sold until, she mentioned that the property was sold, it didn't dawn on me, and then when I see the application today, you can see it if you
No,
want.
no,
the
I
name.
have it.
Yeah,
I
the
have
names.
the same paper you have, and she made me a copy.
So what we'll do is this, so then I'm gonna make a motion to extend the permit from 11/15 to, wait a minute, 11/15,
16.
right, extended 11/15/16 to 11/15/17. 16.
17.
17.
17.
11/16/17.
Right.
Correct. That's a $50 fee, right?
Right.
Rose told me to pay her.
Yeah, no problem. So, do I have a motion to grant the extension to permit number 888 863
Contingent.
from 11/15/16 to 11/16/17, contingent on the fact that, A, I check with legal to see if the permit can be transferred, and you fill out an application and file it with Rose, changing the names on here, and then on, stating that you're gonna follow the existing plans that are that are filed.
Okay.
Okay? Do I have a motion?
Motion.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. All right, so go see Rose tomorrow. I'm sorry, I thought this would have been a simple thing. So one is granted to 11/16/17, check with Charbonneau. And fill out application. New, with a letter that you're following the plans, right? Just write it on your own letterhead. All right?
All right,
Thank you.
thank you, good night.
Good night.
Good luck. Possibly tie it into the budget, December 5th. It's a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, my whole team, everybody. It's major.
Good luck.
There's a lot at stake. I mean, they're understanding, bring people up to speed about, what it is, the infrastructure, and how it relates to the community, the regions,
I know, I do that all the time.
Next item is number 2, submission of an application, a letter of permission, New York Fuel Distributors LLC, 1923 Route 6, Carmel, New York. This is a planning board referral. You've been before us before. Could you please state your name and why you're here?
Sure, Jeffrey Martell, project engineer. We are here, as hopefully everybody recalls, to redevelop the existing gas station at this property. The commission, or the board, gave us a pretty good laundry list of items to address. We did our best, and hopefully everybody agrees. We put together a pretty comprehensive resubmission. I do have a couple boards I'll put up here, but as a high level discussion real quick, we did look at wetlands, we looked at the mitigation, we looked at this existing storm pipe going under the canopy. We put together tank removal procedures, on-site fueling procedures during construction, spill prevention plan, and provided kind of a binder of supporting documentation. So with that said, I'll jump in and try to hit item by item with a
Okay,
a
hold-
brief
just
summary. and
Give me
then-
1 second.
Yep, no problem.
Could you just shut one of those doors, please?
Sure.
I think it's coming through here.
Both.
I can't find the...
Thank you.
Thank you. I can't find my list. She usually puts it in the... You don't have a copy of my list, do you?
I might.
You might?
What was that from? What date were you here?
November 4th,
No. Yeah? November 4th?
last meeting,
No, it wasn't last.
2 meetings ago.
Two meetings.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes, what's that? Yeah.
All right, so I see your, I'm just gonna go through your book, because I remember these items. Some of them, I see the deed you've submitted.
Correct.
You've submitted the PBS application on the site. And this is the new PBS application that you're gonna file, or is this the existing PBS? Oh, 10, 11, 11A and B. Yeah, so you added a new application in here for the new tanks?
Correct.
Okay, and that's only gonna be filed once the, you can come up and sit with him.
Yeah, this is Danny. Yeah.
And please state your name and who you're here for?
Danny Bork, I'm with New York Fuel Distributors.
Okay. So you'll file this, and we'll get a copy after you file it, right, just for the files? Okay, I remember the other thing we asked is the easy check. This is the test results of the tank that you did, and this was done in 4/19/16. I know them. Okay. Then we asked for copies of the double wall tank and the equipment that you're installing. All right, putting a double wall fiberglass tank in with all the bells and double wall tank, and then you're putting in a Veeder-Root 450 Plus, that's tank monitoring system, overfill alarm, mag sump sensor, overfill prevention valve. What do you put in, a 5 or a 10, a 15-gallon fill box?
What's that?
What size fill box? 5 or 15?
I think usually you put the 15? 15.
Stainless steel or an EBW?
Stainless.
The Fiberlight one or the Fiberlight double wall stainless steel? All right, because you gave me a cut sheet. That's the overfill prevention valve, okay. You gave me an OPW fill box. So which one is it? It's giving us submersible pump.
This is just a catalog.
Yeah, well, it's a catalog cut of all the items,
What's gonna be in
what
there?
we've asked.
Okay.
These, I wanted to know the piping, the equipment. I don't think those are wrong.
Not at all.
Gas.
Now, are you talking about the STP sump or?
No, I'm talking about the
The
fill
spill
box. The spill bucket
Yeah.
for the fill line.
Yeah, it's gonna be a stainless steel as a
Okay.
fitting OPW.
You want to come to the bench? OPW's plastic. There's only one fiber, there's only one stainless steel fill box, and that's a Fiberlight. That's not a Fiberlight. So you're gonna be putting in the accordion style,
Yeah.
and it's a 5-gallon fill box. That's what you're doing?
Yeah.
What is that, HG?
That's what I thought it was 5, so yeah, I'm pretty sure
What
that's
is
correct.
that constructed of? Well, right there.
Like a plastic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plastic.
polyethylene. I mean, it's a standard, they use them all over. But,
Sump.
it's a sump for a
Yeah,
fill.
for fill.
But
Just fill.
some of these sumps are just used for stage 2. You're not putting stage 2.
Stage 2 is one.
No longer around in New York. Okay, then you're using FlexWorks, which is
Double wall.
double wall, flexible pipe. Not a fan, but that's
That's a
okay.
suction system there?
It's a discharge.
It's discharge.
And you have a leak detector on the submersible, right?
Yeah, pitched back, yeah.
It's not gonna be tied into the Veeder-Root, is it?
Or the leak detection will.
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna have the TSLD, right? Okay, standard stuff. Small gasoline, how to handle a gasoline spill. Okay, MSDS's.
What's the total capacity of fuel that you'll have on site?
Two 12,000-gallon tanks, one split at 7.5.
One split
The split.
with a mid-grade.
It's one tank split, 7,000 super and 5,000 diesel.
Oh, good.
And this is just a training manual for people when they feel. So I don't have any issues with this stuff. This is fine. Okay. The material, the drainage pipe analysis, she was supposed to give us that. Here's the on-site fueling procedures. Here's the tank removal procedures. Boy, you guys had a little homework to do, huh?
You don't wanna talk about how many conference calls we had to put this together. The pipe should be in there too.
Yeah, we'll talk separate about that. wants to read this. This is standard stuff. You're taking samples from the, you're gonna take bottom samples based on this guideline here in this report, right? And if you find any spills, you'll, you wanna read this? You'll report it to the DEC, right? All right, now this is the, we also asked for a letter of, the 24-inch stormwater pipe.
Yeah, it was
The
flat.
site and surrounding areas were analyzed to determine the approximate extent of the drainage area, which is also ultimately conveyed on the on-site stormwater pipe. Stormwater conveyance was then analyzed for a 10-year storm event using rational model for runoff generation and a standard step method for pipe flow. The analysis program HydroFlow storm sewers version, In conclusion, the results indicate that the existing pipe has sufficient capacity to convey runoff within the drainage extent limits, and as a result of the proposed improvements, the redevelopment is not anticipated to have any adverse impacts to the state drainage system or neighboring properties. Signed and sealed by a,
Yeah, that's the 10-year event?
yeah, why not 100?
I don't know.
DOT requires 10. That's a pipe sizing, pretty conventional pipe sizings, storm event. So basins and things that are more meant for detention or have some sort of impoundment of water are usually designed for greater storms, but conveyance is 10. A ditch would be 25, and any type of impoundment would be 100.
Yeah, based on standard DOT drainage structures. Okay,
How close was the capacity? There was a question about the slope of the pipe.
right, they have the
Yes.
slope right now.
Sort of flat, right?
Yeah,
say it's
basically
flat.
It's flat.
Yeah, it's flat.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically at capacity. I mean, it's basically at capacity.
If it's flat, it's probably,
It's got a little bit of, head pressure, obviously, it's helping us,
Right.
but yeah.
You don't wanna go with a larger size, 36-inch pipe?
you say it's 10-year for all, regardless of the level of highway it's on?
Correct. Yeah, there's no distinguishing characteristic based on the type of highway.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's a cover issue, again, we talked about it a little bit. It's, if there was an easy fix, we would probably be moving this around the canopy and going with a bigger pipe. It's just, we're fixed on inverts, and we can't make the pipe deeper because it's only so deep on the downstream side.
Right.
Yes.
I may have
You gotta
asked
meet
this
the
before.
ends.
Yeah,
Did you camera that pipe?
we haven't, but we have contracted to do it.
I think we asked for that.
You did.
I don't know if I did or
You
not.
said you would, let us.
It's a condition of the pipe.
As a condition, yeah, have it done. So he hasn't gotten a chance to get out there. It's the same gentleman we
Here's the
talked about
index.
from
It's fucking-
American
it's
Petroleum.
flat.
That agreed he would do it, and he hasn't gotten his guy out
Said
there
the
yet.
pipe
but-
was flat.
That's a metal pipe.
Correct.
And what are you gonna do, HDPE?
We also said at the last meeting that we would replace it. We thought practically speaking, it's in a very difficult spot, to keep and protect and what have you. So, we're very much willing to replace it. We could put in, a newer pipe, potentially even a plastic pipe, which would have a lower
Coefficient of friction.
coefficient, which would help. So we would love to move it, honestly. It's not in a good position. We're just hydraulically kind of limited in what we can do with it. And mind you, the downstream where it's connecting, into the DOT system as well. The DOT in an odd way,
Yeah.
some so as the rest of our group, they were next door at the zoning board meeting.
Well, those guys are with you.
Yeah. Mimicking existing conditions sometimes is the best way to avoid other things happening. So if we send more water to that pipe, we could potentially inundate the downstream pipe sooner than it is now,
Oh,
so.
no. It cause a problem.
Honestly, DOT will tell you when you're higher in the watershed, further from the ultimate discharge, they prefer detention. When you're closer to the ultimate discharge, they actually would waive detention because they just want water to clear through the system and let the upstream areas come through. So I think in a lot of ways, keeping it as is probably the safest thing to not impact anything on a regional basis. The area across the street is designed as a low-lying collection area. So there is kind of some natural retention across the street. It's obviously why it's a wetland. So there is kind of a suitable storage area across the street. That flow, when it overtops that pipe, it obviously then comes through our site and makes it into the main trunk line.
Show us where the pipe goes on the plan. Okay, now where does it go from there?
Down the road and then discharges across.
And where's the stream that's
So
in
the
that?
main water body is sitting
Michael's
out,
Brook.
to the top right. There's another stream coming through here. It's been made through another highway system and discharged further down the road. Our area,
Where is the stream, you're saying?
the main water body is up here. There's a large wetland
Okay,
feature.
where's Michael's Brook?
To the right, yeah.
Yeah, there's a brook that comes down off the page here, pipe under the road. Everything is coming into.
Where's
the top-
McDonald's?
Top right.
Don's right there.
The brook is right next to McDonald's.
Is that right?
That's right.
Brook here.
No, it's closer than that. It's closer than that. It comes down to the left of that building over there.
It's close to the building?
Yes, that building right over there.
The McDonald's building?
Our water is not going to that brook, so.
That brook drains that whole area you've been pointing to. That brook drains that whole area you've been pointing to, and it comes down right there, right on the other side of McDonald's. McDonald's had an application before this board some time ago, and the brook is right on the other
Yeah.
side.
The brook is right on
And we
the,
had a member
on
who
the
went out there
outside
last
of the-
time and said, you're within 100 feet of the brook, of the wetland brook.
McDonald's definitely is,
Yeah.
This is kind of the limit of where wetlands
That-
are mapped. This is the limit across the street.
Mm-hmm.
This is the limit.
The stream that comes right underneath, right next to McDonald's, right across from McDonald's.
looking it
Just a
up.
little bit to your right.
Right.
There's an underpass that goes under the road, a sizable one. A sizable one.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just telling you, ultimately, everything beyond that brook it's obviously connected to another water body, and everything's going to keep going downstream.
Downstream is right there. And that's Michael's Brook. It comes right down here and then it parallels Stoneleigh Avenue.
Well, I don't think it changes anything relative to our findings. What you're seeing now is obviously, you've asked us to go look at that brook in question.
Well, okay, according to your, where does the outflow go then? I don't
goes
know.
across to the street.
Yeah, it goes across the street.
Goes down the road, Route 6, and shoots across the
And
road.
crosses again on Route 6. That's what,
It probably crosses the road, but the stream is right there.
I think we're saying the same thing. We're just saying it differently.
I don't know
you're
how we're
saying
I don't know how we're saying-
maybe the stream connects, right there in the shoulder of the road and then goes. You're familiar with the
Michael's
site.
Brook goes across the street, right over there, right next to McDonald's, and then it parallels Stoneleigh Avenue and goes to the reservoir, which is about a half mile downstream.
1923.
That's what drains that area up there.
What do you, I mean,
I think we have to take a look at it, because Nick went out there, remember Nick said? Nick went out there and he said, hey, that area he thinks they were in 100 feet,
100 feet of this brook?
or whatever's on the other side there. The brook or the wetlands, essentially. I don't remember what he
What,
specifically.
Mr. Toronto, what is
Here,
the
There's this side.
concern? What do you, or could help mitigate what you're?
Well,
Here's the stream. You want to see it?
yeah, take a look here.
here's McDonald's. It comes down through here, right next to this corner of McDonald's.
Oh, this is McDonald's right here.
That's what I said.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, I thought you said that was, okay.
Alright, what I'm saying is there's a stream here, see this break in the this dark patch, under the highway, this dark patch.
That's right, it's
Right.
right on the
It's
other
all
side of
the
McDonald's.
same.
It's right on the other
It's
side of
all the same
McDonald's.
stream.
Right. So there's a wetland directly across the street, there's a wetland here, there's a wetland back here, and there's a wetland
Correct.
back here. We're kind of the center island, so to speak, of this drainage that's connected almost on three sides of the site, so to speak.
And you're not within 100 feet
We're
From
not within
that-
100 feet of the wetland.
next to
uh,
McDonald's.
Correct, the McDonald's, width of the McDonald's parking lot is over.
Is the wetland in the buffer zone.
Well, it's greater than 100 feet from the other side of McDonald's.
They're only within the buffer.
Again,
They're only working
you just-
within the buffer.
Yeah.
Your boundary line is clear.
Oh, no, I know that.
Right.
I know
The
that.
parking lot itself, that stream is literally next to the curb, we'd be good. 100 feet just about touches our driveway across the street. This isn't a mapped wetland, but DEP went out and flagged this as well as across the street. They verified a delineation that was done by the applicant's consultant. DEP did their own delineation here because the applicant's consultant didn't delineate this, but they wanted to make sure.
Is there any ponding right there in this,
There's design ponding across the street.
what about on
Yeah.
your site?
No, this is, we're a straight shot through.
And where that pipe comes through, this, what is it, a 24-inch that's underneath?
24 to our site, correct.
Does that back up on the shoulder at Route 6? Does that back up on your,
You know,
It moves.
The owner is
were you
not-
out there Tuesday?
Was that there? No, it was not.
Okay.
But over the years,
DOT hasn't
Had
mentioned
like
it.
1.6 inches of rain Tuesday. I mean, that's more than your 10-year event, but just wonder how it looked. I wasn't there.
It does.
But you would see it.
Yeah, and DOT hasn't mentioned it either, and obviously they're equally as concerned as you folks, you know,
Yeah, no, I'm
Technically,
just
it's
worried
their
where the pipe
infrastructure.
goes. That's all I'm worried about.
the pipes anyway.
One more time, where does that pipe that goes traverses your property, where does it empty out?
This DOT system, basically there's a low spot in the DOT system, and it's connecting both sides of the road. There's water, you know, there's a stream on this side, and there's a stream on this side that are connected. So this pipe, there's however many acres we said here, plus or minus 5 acres, coming through, running down the road. And then, so it's Michael's Brook discharging in there, and there's also, you know, this piece of wetlands here as well that has that.
Okay, so again, answer my question. Where does that pipe that traverses your property, where exactly does it empty out?
The most immediate location is, I believe, there's a discharge directly across the street.
Okay, and did you analyze all the way to that discharge point?
No, we analyzed the pipe
You
all
can see
through
that.
our site, and the DOT system is the DOT system with no impact on that. So no, we
This
analyzed
way,
what you asked us to analyze,
this way.
the pipe through the site.
It's coming down.
I thought it was coming down this way, because the terrain above this is pretty high. I could be wrong.
We also have an SPCC, you have to get reviewed by
I believe
Rich.
it goes south.
With your finger, one more time, Jeffrey, could you just show me from how this water flows underneath your project work site, and then where does it keep going? So it's coming,
So it's
it stops on the shoulder?
That's the mitigation. Rain garden.
show you on a plan.
And that's-
What?
Yeah, that would be cool.
So we submitted a full set of plans, sheet C5.
There goes the pipe,
Yeah.
and then it continues straight across down the, is that that's the shoulder of the road? It's a, is there a grass there, or a swale,
No,
or
well,
it's
there's
a?
a pipe under.
there's a pipe
in the
under there.
grass,
Okay.
So it's not going into the road. There's a pipe in the grass area alongside of the road.
And where does
That's the main
does that
trunk line.
pipe, does that go under the driveway too?
Correct.
And then, when does it see daylight?
It sees daylight further off the page.
It's off the page.
Yep.
car dealership or whatever it is over there.
That's good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
All right,
this is the car dealership.
okay, next item is, you have those drawings back, you done? The other item we talked about was mitigation.
Correct.
Here's the, I see your mitigation plan, okay? Here's, I see your square footage. Did you provide rain garden calcs in the SWIP?
We did, so the rain garden's new as part of our mitigation plan, yes, it's calculations.
Okay, and it's also got, I mean, I haven't gone through the entire package at this moment in time, but you also have the list of plantings you're going to
Correct.
put in that?
Correct.
And that would be on, I guess, the construction documents?
Correct, there's a landscape plan,
Can you find that
that's on C9.
What are you looking for?
C9.
Landscape, C9?
So we have a pocket of, wet tolerant plantings, customary for a bioretention, rain garden type area.
Oh, good.
So we put the trees,
What?
there's kind of the bookends, and then there's some
Stand.
shrubs around the perimeter, and then there's kind of this meadow mixes of
Nice.
Okay, good.
different species in there.
And you calculated, and where are the calcs, are in the SWIP?
Yeah, there's this, the SWIP, the binder document.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, because we're gonna have to submit those to the town engineer for approval, you know.
Yeah, and it's also part of, same documents will be incorporated into our planning board application as well. So, what we originally submitted to you folks was the same that we submitted to the planning board, and we'll be supplementing with, the additional documents here that you've asked for.
The other thing I asked was the tank installers certificates, that they were certified to install Xerxes and containment solution, the piping you have.
Those should be in the white binder.
You got it, sorry,
That's okay. Sorry about that, I was next door. Leo Napier with Martin Berlstein. The tank certificate should be in the white binder.
it's the authorization, operator authorization.
He's talking about the contractor's documentation, I'm not sure if that's in there.
They just have to provide the certificate that they were trained in the installation of this. It's a typical certificate.
Yeah.
And you're testing, you did the testing about 7 months ago. So I mean, it's within a year, I don't have an issue with it. It's on the yearly cycle.
Jeffrey,
So just give us a copy, just tell me I want a copy of their you're using Xerxes, right? Containment Solutions certificate and the FlexWorks certificate that they're allowed to install that. Just give it to Rose.
Yeah, okay, that's no problem.
Anybody else have any questions? They've met everything we,
Was it, did they mention that staging area? I don't think that was on last.
That's
Was that
in
on
the, we did add that, there's a detail that was added to the soil erosion and sediment control plan, which is sheet C8. So what we did was we talked to the contractor, and he suggested basically we do a concrete pad instead of trying to line some sort of area. So we're basically doing a temporary concrete pad. And it basically has these like barriers, like spill prevention grooves in the concrete around the perimeter that would basically collect anything that makes it to that concrete pad.
I
So
see a
this-
soil stockpile,
in the top right, you see a temporary fueling pad.
and that's the entrance. Oh, that's right there.
Here.
You're the top right.
This is the detail.
Oh,
pretty
okay,
heavy.
okay.
So he's gonna put this in 20 by 20 with the
Mhm.
grooves around the perimeter, and then he's
And
gonna.
you gotta
put some-
remove it.
We talked about trying to line something, he's worried about draining it,
It's not reinforced, break right up.
Did, you know, in the location of the project, you know, just from driving by there, this heavy traffic at peak hours, I know, during the day, and if there was gonna be a lot of disturbed, you know, sub-base or dust, we'd have some dust control measures in place. Is that mentioned?
Yeah, we have this,
Water
you know,
truck?
this state
Hose.
has certain notes and,
Yeah,
you know,
they have
requirements
the
that are
hose
set
and
for it,
stuff.
so.
And you're gonna, if the soil stockpile from around the tanks, you're gonna put on 6 mil poly and cover
Cover it with poly.
every night?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Better work with weather tech.
Yeah. Good.
All right, does anybody else have any questions? I have to get Rich to get
How long is this project?
put for 3 months.
4 or 5 months,
When would you begin?
as soon as we get approval. Yeah, we have a pending DOT application
Still before the planning board as well.
before the planning board, and the county has,
I can't
Give
give
us
them a permit, right? I can just give them, accept it.
What we do is
Accept
accept
it.
that, we take it a permit for you, sign off.
Right, here's the SWIP. Who wants to read this? Rich wants to read it. So you have to just wait now till I finish going, reading this. I'll get through this, bring it home. I need to prop up a desk. All right, does anybody have any other questions? So then with that, I will make a motion then to accept the application of. What? Yes, I make a motion to accept the application from New York Fuel Distributors LLC, to accept the application as submitted, with the following caveat, that no permit will be issued until we have planning board and/or zoning board and/or DOT approval. Okay? So do I have a motion to accept the application as submitted with that following condition?
So moved.
Second?
Aye.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
thank you very much.
From a logistics, do we come back to you following all that, or it's just administrative with Rich and?
No, you'll come back, well, you don't have to send all of you back.
Sure.
You can come with one of you, because then, when you get your, planning board approval, then you'll come back here. We'll,
Tell you if anything's
yeah,
changed.
we're gonna see if there's any public comments on this. If there's no, because it's gonna be advertised. And then at the end of the advertisement period, if there's no comments, and we get planning board and all your other approvals, then you'll get your permit. And I also have to, you may wanna submit a copy of your SWIP and your rain garden calculations to the town engineer.
Yeah, now that we know we're in a good place here, we'll go ahead and do that.
This is a nice book.
Yeah, credit to Danny. So.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
I don't like the piping they use. I don't like the piping they use. But,
Hopefully we raise the bar for the next guy, right?
That was everybody.
Well, usually get that you guys get that comprehensive.
to produce stuff like
I know, I can tell you do, but most applicants, that's pretty.
That's good.
comprehensive, yeah.
That was really good.
Scary.
Gentlemen, have a good night.
Good night,
Thank you.
guys.
Have a good one.
Okay, okay, next item, Willow Hill,
Willowwood.
Willowwood Gun Club, bond return.
Nobody's
And
here.
escrow return. I don't think they need to be here.
You don't need to be.
No,
No, but just for everybody's information, Mike Simone and Doug Ramey Who are you with?
I'm just a student, I'm here on an assignment for school. I'm just wondering if there's a copy of the meeting agenda.
Yeah, right there.
Right here.
I can take this? All right, cool. Thank you.
Where do you go to school?
University of New Haven.
You want to give us your name?
John Gamby.
And what are you studying?
I'm studying hospitality and tourism management, but I take an environmental science class to get my BS, and one of the assignments is to go to a town hall meeting on environmental topics, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
Well, good luck.
figured- Thank you.
All right, congratulations, you accomplished that one.
Gotta do that.
Put that, check that off your bucket
Check the
list.
box, check the box.
Good night.
Okay, next item is, so per Mike Simone and Doug Ramey, the bonds can be returned from
Rulerwood.
Mike Simone. I visually inspected Union Valley Road in the vicinity of the above project and approved the release of the East-West Foresters bond. And Doug Ramey, he inspected the project on 10/28, found the project to be satisfactorily complete. Everything's been graded, water bars installed. He's satisfied with the condition of the property and hereby sign off on the project.
About the seating, can you say anything about that? It's supposed to be seated too.
CD?
Seated.
Seated.
I found this project, the logging road has been graded, water bars installed, and hay applied to the appropriate areas. All harvested saw timber has been removed from the property and the landing is clean and in stable
might have just
condition.
did that for,
It does not, there
window
does remain a
dressing.
pile of firewood logs on the landing that I was
I don't
told the
think
club
they'll
would be
do
using. He's satisfied.
think they'll worry.
So the balance of the escrow is $650. So do I have a motion to return the bond and the escrow to the Willowwood Country Club? Do I have a motion?
Rulerwood Gun Club,
I'm sorry, what did I say?
Country Club.
Sorry. The Willowwood Gun Club. Do I have a
Willowwood.
motion?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Vince?
Yeah.
Thanks. So this one's, sorry to, approved. Okay. Next item is escrow return for Shepherd's Estates. And this is from the town engineer, Richard Franzetti. In response to the attached request from the above applicant, a representative of the engineering department performed a field inspection of the reference property on November 4th to evaluate the current status of the site condition for the purpose of determining whether a bond return was warranted. All the site improvements required pursuant to the ECB have been now completed, and the escrow can be returned. I trust this is adequate for your needs. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me. Escrow could be returned as per Rich. So do I have a motion to release the escrow for Shepherd's Estate at 17 Pleasant Road? Do I have a motion?
So
Move
moved.
it. Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, very good, approved. Okay, that's it for the agenda items. Again, out to the, anybody out in the public watching us tonight, we're looking for 2 board members to join us. We've lost Anthony and Mark resigned this year due, family obligations. So if anybody's interested in joining, please send a resume to Town Supervisor Ken Schmidt. And with that, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
What about the minutes?
Minutes.
Oh, minutes.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes. The only one that can't vote is Dusovic, but he's no longer here. So do I have a
That may not
motion
happen.
to accept the minutes of 10/6/16?
So moved.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, with that, happy Thanksgiving to everybody, safe, healthy, happy. And do I have a motion to close the meeting?
Motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Good night. Happy Thanksgiving.